Hey guys, if you can believe it, it's day 238. As of 1 a.m. last night, I have my first Shopify app submitted to their marketplace for review. And now I'm working through that review process to get it approved and listed. And let me dig into this week because there was so much to make that happen. So first of all, I needed a marketing website to host the product. So I've got collinmakesoftware.com/job-dashboard-shopify. And the main hook that I think I'm trying to sell people on is add easy hiring to your Shopify store. So you've got your Shopify store already set up. People are coming to your website to check out your company. Here's an easy way to add your job openings and let people apply for jobs in a simple way. You don't have to spend money on a big ATS, applicant tracking system. So I had a lot of these elements in place already from Project Runicorn because this is basically a spin-off of that product, but there's still a lot I really wanted to harp on Shopify specifically. So I've created sections that really talk about how this works deeply with Shopify, how it is going to impact people who have a store on Shopify, thinking about the customer from that perspective. And I'm really happy with the name that I went with. I was kind of thinking Job Shop or Shop Jobs or something to that effect, but eventually I was just kind of like, you know what, it's much simpler than that. It's just job board. Let's just cut straight to the chase. In addition to this website, I needed to create a demo store for Shopify's app submission process. I basically installed my product onto a development store, and this is what it ends up looking like. I basically wanted to pretend that I was a coffee shop, and I wanted to put my open jobs here and let people apply to them. So I wanted to create some fake products on there to show that this is a real store, give that feel. And to make these products, I actually used an AI generation tool for generating these images. I think I said something like coffee products or something like that, and it generated these images, which is really cool. I wanted to basically create a store that looked real. I wanted a career page. I wanted to have products that when you click on them, maybe they have a section that says, hey, come, we've got some job openings, come view them, and just really show people how Job Board can plug right into their store and they can start hiring. And in addition to those two sites, I also needed to create a promotional video to show in the marketplace for my product. So I'm using the same software I'm using to build these videos to work on creating a nice promo video. I'm using the music actually from New Teammate demo that I had made earlier. I really like how the promo video turned out, and I'm putting that on the demo store and also on the right here on the homepage. I've got a trailer that pops up where people can watch that. And in addition to that video, I needed to create a tutorial video to walk people through how to actually install it, how to set it up, and how it works. So that's the video I have here, and that's also part of the app submission process, is to have some kind of way of teaching. And I also wanted to put that in the onboarding of the actual app when you install this, being able to see that video to show you how it works. And I also had to create a video with instructions for the Shopify testers who are going to be testing my app so that they have a nice seamless way of understanding my product, and we can speed through that review process as best I can. And in addition to that, I also needed to have some marketplace promo images, so just sort of selling the product and what are people actually getting out of this. I focused on being able to add job openings to your store immediately and collect applications. We convert them to PDF for you and send you an email. And here's actually what my application looks like. It's got all this content. We've got to figure out what category the product should be part of, an app introduction, details about how the app's going to look, features, key benefits, a detailed description, a demo store, my video, these images that I just talked about, various information about how they can contact me. For pricing, I'm going with $7 a month. I took a look at the other products that are out there on the Shopify marketplace, trying to be competitive with them. And then I had some review instructions at the bottom for them to test the app. And then if you want to see what it looks like this. So it's Job Board by Collinmakesoftware. Software. I've got our video here, and I think it looks really nice. So I'm really satisfied with the way this is all coming out. I think I'm focusing properly on the key benefits. In addition to all of that, I also needed to move the Shopify app into production, and it unfortunately couldn't install right alongside all my other production stuff. I had to create a new Replit for it. If you guys remember from my earlier videos, I've been using Replit to host my production infrastructure to save tons and tons of money while I'm in this early phase of validation, experimentation, finding my customers. So Replit has been great. I created a new Replit to host the Shopify app. So now I have two production instances of Replit running my services. Production setup stuff always takes a lot of time and getting things just right, but once you have it set up, generally speaking, you kind of set and forget and things move on really smoothly after that. So app marketplaces are really interesting. Them having a review process makes a lot of sense. They have to protect the security of their users. They want to have a nice marketplace that's got useful products. On the plus side with marketplaces, there's a moat. Anybody who wants to put content products on their marketplace, they've got to get through the same process that you do. For Shopify, they've got a $99 registration fee, first of all, and then they have this app process and app requirements that you have to fall into. So having a moat is great. It's really good for me because it's going to prevent other people who are not as committed from putting something out there, and I'm willing to go through those steps. On the bad side, though, we're completely in the hands of Shopify. And this is same for any other marketplace or any other integration point that has this kind of review process. So let me tell you a quick story about Mailshake, one thing that happened to us. So Mailshake was the product that I founded before this. It is basically a sales platform for email outreach. And one of the main integrations we did was with Gmail. Well, through the process, those years of running Mailshake, Gmail had changed their process to basically tighten their security around who could send email. It's a serious security audit. It costs tens of thousands of dollars to do it. You may have to get lawyers involved. You have to get lots of security audit compliance checks. You have to basically pass their review. Due to some kind of like misunderstanding through that review process, we actually got shut down by accident because there's a lot of automated machines running this review process along with people who are, reviewing many other apps. And there was just a miscommunication. We got shut down. All of our users were completely impacted. Our whole business runs on sending email. So we were in crisis mode and we were making phone calls and trying to get a hold of anybody. And eventually we were able to get through it and get it corrected. But it was a really scary moment. And it taught me that when you're going through these review processes with marketplaces or integrations like this, it's a real risk. I mean, you are completely at their mercy. And the benefit is the moat that keeps other people out. But the downside is you really have to play ball and bad things can happen that are completely out of your control. But all in all, I think this is a very worth it thing for me to do. I want to be in these marketplaces. So far, Shopify has been really great. Their process so far has been nice and clean and pretty clear. That being said, I'm just in the beginning of it now, so anything can happen. I think there's kind of a conventional wisdom just in general as a human that when you do something, you build something, you create something, you want to celebrate when you finish it. And that's how I wanted to feel last night when I got this thing submitted. It felt very proud for myself that I met my internal deadline and I submitted it. But in the world of startups, it's hard to do. It's hard to celebrate those moments because you don't know if what you've done has actually made any impact yet. So you can build a great product and then no one can buy it. And then you didn't actually accomplish anything, I guess. You can be proud of what you've done and that's very, very worth it. But there's an unsatisfied feeling at this point because I've done all this great work. I'm feeling excited about it. I'm proud of it. We won't know if this succeeded until it gets approved, first of all, and then actually customers get in front of it. This could be crickets again, and we may have to roll with some punches. But I do want to celebrate the small wins. And in this whole journey, this about 8 months so far to this point, this is the first time that I've actually had a product that people had the potential to pay me. So everything else so far has been in validation stages or experimentation stages to figure out where my customer base is. This is the first time that somebody could actually lay down some money and I could see my MRR go from 0 to something. So I'm very excited about that potential. And if this goes well with Shopify, I'm very well set up to develop more Shopify apps. And I already have some ideas for it. I'm excited about the prospect, but I'm still holding my breath because you don't know what's going to happen. So that's it for this week. I'm very excited about seeing how this review process goes. I already have some feedback from Shopify that came in from their automated system. So I have 3 things I've got to fix before I can move to the next step. Hopefully it won't take me too long to fix those things and hopefully we can get this ball rolling. And I would love to be in the marketplace by next week, but we're going to see how this goes. All right, guys, I'll see you next week.